Hello and welcome to Theatre.Reviews with Paul Summer. I'm here to see Stephen Fry and Olly Alexander in The Importance of Being Earnest. I reacted badly to the inaugural run of this production of The Importance of Being Earnest at the National Theatre, and part of the reason was, well, I really loved this play, and while I still enjoyed the witty dialogue and the ingenious story of identity and hidden truth, I felt the so-called queer interpretation was laid on a bit thick. I accepted, of course, that the two main characters' double lives can be taken as a metaphor for gay men's lives in past times, but I felt that Max Webster's decision to foreground this subtext undermined the power of Wilde's actual text. So, when it got this transfer to the West End, I wanted to give it a second chance and go in more prepared for this approach. Did this subsequent viewing prove rewarding? And how did the new West End cast, especially Olly Alexander and Stephen Fry, compare with Ncuti Gatwa and Sharon Clarke and the others? Keep watching, and you may be as surprised as I was. I'm Paul Severn Lewis, and welcome to this channel if you haven't been here before. This is where I post my reviews of mainly London shows. You can also read my reviews at Theatre.Reviews. Let's start with the actors, and I'm pleased to say that each of the actors captured that distinctive cadence of Wilde's prose and delivered the lines with clarity. Well, putting my gratitude for that aside, I fully expected Alexander and Fry to lack the power of Gatwa's dazzle and Clarke's swagger. And in a way I was right. Neither has the charisma of the National's original casting. However, their more restrained interpretations of Algy and Lady Bracknell do create a more balanced production. They make the parts their own, as judges on talent shows are apt to say. Olly Alexander delivers an exemplary performance, imbuing Algy with endearing, boyish charm, while Stephen Fry, relying on a quiet, clipped delivery, and, to be fair, his height, to exert his authority. It is not the pantomime dame I feared, but a totally believable version of the snobbish, domineering representative of the aristocracy. Where the previous larger-than-life characterizations almost suffocated Wilde's delicate plot construction, toning them down seems to allow it to breathe a little more. The rest of the West End cast are as good, if not better, than their National Theatre counterparts. Outstanding are the two young women, Gwendolyn and Cecily, played by Kitty Hawthorne and Jessica Whitehurst, respectively. I still found their overt expressions of sexual frustration somewhat incongruous with the period context, but I went with it. And actually the tongue-waggling and the attention they pay to their fiery loins is pretty funny. Another highlight is Hayley Carmichael playing the manservants Lane and Merriman. It was hard not to laugh at Merriman's every entrance when this diminutive figure, dressed in oversized wig and tailcoat, moves with mechanical stiffness and an air of complete bewilderment. Shobna Gulati and Hugh Dennis extract plenty of humour from the relationship between Miss Prism and Canon Chasuble, their suppressed passions forming a delightful counterpoint to the younger lovers' unbridled emotions. Nathan Stewart-Jarrett is a fine, likeable Jack Worthing, if a little one-note in his delivery. It may have avoided becoming the pantomime I feared, but the production is still deliciously over the top. Rae Smith's colourful costumes and lavish sets, complete with masses of blooming bushes and two naked male statues, create an exuberant atmosphere. And the curtain call does provide a panto-style walk down with the cast dressed in giant petals. I still prefer a version of The Importance of Being Earnest that allows the lines to speak for themselves, but I'm very happy to concede that Wilde's timeless comedy is big enough to take a joke, and this is a particularly good joke. I give The Importance of Being Earnest at the Noel Coward Theatre 4 stars. I hope you enjoyed this review and found it useful. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe to this channel, then you'll be the first to know about my future reviews. And you can read my reviews at Theatre.Reviews, where I also do roundups of other critics' reviews. And you can follow me on social media such as Instagram, Mastodon, Threads and Blue Sky. Thank you for watching.